You want to tell stories about yourself whenever possible. The problem with telling stories about other people, let's say, is that there's no vulnerability in talking about other people. You don't risk anything in telling the story of someone else. Vulnerability comes when we share something of ourselves. And so if you're choosing to tell a story about someone else, the goal should be to weave yourself into the story. I'm working with the children of Holocaust survivors this evening. I have a workshop with them. Their goal is to tell the story of their grandparent who survived the Holocaust. But we don't just tell that story because that's just history. It's the story of someone who's no longer on this earth, and so telling that story doesn't require any vulnerability. So what I teach them to do is, you're going to tell your own story, but somewhere over the course of your story, we're going to connect your life to your grandparents' or your parents' life and talk about how their experiences in the Holocaust have changed the course of your life also. And so therefore, the storyteller has an opportunity to dip into the past and share some of those experiences that happened during the Holocaust, but they're essentially telling their own story. So there's vulnerability wrapped up into history. That is a perfect marriage of the past and the present, and it always works beautifully. It also gives those people the opportunity to tell a little bit of the past, because they're always feeling obligated that they have to tell their parents' 4-year struggle through the Holocaust. And I say, no, you don't have to do all 4 years. And they say, oh, thank God. Can I just tell the one thing I love talking about? I said, yes, we'll just focus on the one moment. Because that's what people want anyway. Nobody wants to hear the 4-year struggle through the Holocaust. But the exciting train escape, like when your grandfather escaped the train with the woman who would one day be his wife, and they ran into the forest through this amazing, series of adventures. Yes, let's use that story. That's a great one to tell. So you want to somehow be telling stories about yourself whenever possible to allow that vulnerability to come through.